Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
Good morning. This is Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Olivia Buzaglo. I'm very tired this morning, but I have got a flight to Azerbaijan later, of all places. We're building up to talkSPORT Breakfast this morning at 6 a.m. with Ali McCoist and Ray Parler. Nick's with me in the studio. Nick, what have we got going on today?
Yeah, well, we'll start at the Stadium of Light, where Sunderland drew with Everton to go fourth. We'll hear from Mary Earps on her new tell-all book, and that ongoing feud with Hannah Hampton shows no signs of slowing down. What kind of reception will Trent get at Anfield tonight? We'll take a look at the Champions League as well. As always, get involved on the usual number, 03717 223344, or on the text 81089.
Yeah, love a bit of the Champions League, but Nick...
Yeah. You know what day it is?
You know what day it is.
Yeah.
It is True Crime Tuesday.
For everyone who's up at 5 a.m. listening to us, it's a little club we like to call True Crime Tuesday. It's quite hard to say True Crime Tuesday.
True Crime, yeah.
talkSPORT's True Crime Tuesdays.
Oh, yeah, a lot of T's.
You got any recommendations for us?
I can't remember what. So I said last time The Perfect Neighbour, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I say another one?
Oh, it was too brutal for me, that one.
Yeah, that like... because it was all body cam footage, obviously it's a lot.
That was the interesting thing.
And it was just really sad. Like, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but that was what I suggested last week.
Well made. But
also,
quite depressing.
So there's one I watched called Beauty and the Bester. Did I mention that last time?
No, you didn't.
That is also on Netflix, and it's a South African crime. It will blow your mind, by the way.
Beauty and the
Bester. So it's obviously a play on Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, really?
Yes, you'll understand once you watch it. But also, I have like the biggest one, and I haven't actually watched this yet, but I've read a lot about her. She is America's most notorious female serial killer,
Eileen Wuornos.
Yes, and there is a new Netflix documentary on her.
I've seen a couple of documentaries about this woman.
So Netflix have just released one called Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers, and she killed, I think it was 7 men, claimed that it was self-defense. I don't think it was self-defense.
Piers Morgan's got a good long interview with her on his show when he visits serial killers in prison. People on death row. It's good.
So if you're part of the True Crime Tuesday club, I've read a lot about her, I know a lot about her crimes, but whenever there's a new documentary on Netflix, I will always go and watch it.
I've got a recommendation from Brazil, The Great Robbery of Brazil's Central Bank. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It is in Portuguese, so it's a subtitle situation. If
Okay.
that is annoying for you, then maybe not for you.
I don't mind that.
But it's a daring heist. And what's better than a daring heist?
Do you know, I actually think there's a lot better than daring heists,
Really?
to be honest. I'm like
This one's got tunnels under.
It's going to be really weird, and I don't
like
mean
3
it
blocks
in a
of
weird
buildings.
way.
Go on.
But like bank robberies just don't do it for me.
What?
I don't know. Like when it sounds really weird, but like I don't know. Like I prefer reading about I find it fascinating about like what goes on in their minds. Whereas like a bank robber, I'm just like, is it just like for money? Whereas like other crimes are for other things, and I'm more like interested in like the psychopathy. Is that a word?
Psychological aspect.
Yeah, like what goes on in their brains basically to make them do these things, which I suppose
Absolutely
similar for a bank robbery. But I'm going to watch that though.
Listen, too good. I totally understand. On the subject of crimes against humanity, did you see Jordan Pickford's son in a half Everton, half Sunderland?
Half and half scarves are one thing, but listen, Jordan, I know you're a Sunderland man through and through. I know your family always will be, and I know you're Everton as well, but that is not acceptable.
Who made it? Did they get two and just stitch them together?
Well, yeah, I think we're going to assume so.
Can't buy those in the club shop.
That is absolutely hilarious.
It was poor, wasn't it?
It's not. Listen, Jordan, we get it, but no, I don't want to see that again. I actually did buy a half and half scarf once, but I also think they're unacceptable as well.
My first reaction was, no, this cannot happen. But then when you see them together, it's quite
sort of
sweet.
cute.
Yeah, it is sweet.
Yeah, I sort of looked at it and I was like, but then I was like,
Pickford spent quite a lot of time at, he's been a long time at Everton. And he's obviously a Sunderland boy, so there's an emotional side to it.
Okay, but in a word, is it acceptable, Nick?
But it's not.
There we go. There's our answer. Thank you very much, Nick. A pleasure as always. If you want to get involved in our True Crime Tuesdays, just send in, 81089 on the text. If you've got any recommendations, me and Nick have just given you a few there. But yeah, if I could give you one, Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers, is a new Netflix documentary. It will not disappoint. I haven't actually watched it, but obviously I know a lot about her, and it's fascinating to say the least. Right, let's get into it, shall we? On talkSPORT Early Breakfast. Then let's talk about the sport. That's what we're here for. Sunderland are fourth in the Premier League after a 1-1 draw with Everton. Here's how it all sounded right here on talkSPORT.
What an atmosphere it is here at the Stadium of Light, the place that's rocking.
I thought we played well the first 30 minutes.
Let's play on. Here's a giant advancing to the edge of the area. Goes past one, goes past two. Drop of the shoulder onto his left foot, and that is a great goal.
Absolutely outstanding.
I might say that Everton started better than us, and they were strong.
Home fans not happy. That's too many times now. They've just cheaply given the ball away.
Somehow Barry has put that over.
Look, centre forwards need goals to feel good about themselves.
The last part of the first half, this is what we want to do, and if we keep going like that, we'll score.
Xhaka deflected and in! Goal within 44 seconds in the second half.
They played much better in the second half and we didn't, that was for sure.
The shot deflected! Oh, Pickford beats it away! He was going one way, the ball went the other.
Not enough to score the second goal, but we were more composed.
Alcaraz to win it for Everton, step over, and Everton got a chance, and they couldn't take it. I think you'd take being fourth in the table with 18 points safely in the back. Sunderland 1, Everton 1.
Yeah, Sunderland boss Regis Labrie hailed Granit Xhaka's importance to his side as the midfielder got the equaliser to get Sunderland a point. talkSPORT's Mark Wilson caught up with Labrie after the game.
You just couldn't get the second one, though, but you try. You must be pleased with the way that your lads worked it second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the second half was good. Not enough to score the second goal, but we were more composed, and until the end we tried, which is the most important.
Still unbeaten at home. Big test coming on Saturday.
Yeah, another exciting challenge. So probably a good lesson from this game, because if we feed their strength, of the strength of the opponent, it's like a gift, and probably it was the case today.
Yeah, obviously they mentioned there, Mark Wilson speaking to Regis Labrie about how, Sunderland are still unbeaten at home. They do have Arsenal at home this weekend. What a game that is going to be. I mean, looking at the table now, Sunderland sitting in fourth. They have been absolutely brilliant. And listen, I don't think Sunderland are going to stay there, realistically. I don't think they will. I think they will sort of slide back down the table. But there's not a chance they go down. I genuinely believe there is not a single chance that Sunderland go down. Their team is too good. Their manager's too good. They've got the perfect blend of like experience and inexperience, I suppose. Yeah, so Sunderland fans, let me know. 81089 on the text, 03717223344. Are you guaranteed survivors? How are you feeling about your start to this Premier League season? Because it has been nothing short of incredible. But I suppose the real test is against Arsenal. You know, Arsenal don't concede goals, but coming to the Stadium of Light, I think that is going to be such a difficult place for every single team to come this season. What about Everton then? The lack of quality finishing is really hurting them. I feel like we've been saying that for a while about Everton. Iliman and Jai scored an absolute worldie. What a player he is. But Tierno Barry missed an absolute sitter, which would have put Everton 2-0 up on the night. Here's their manager, David Moyes, on that missed chance.
Centre-forwards can miss chances, but when you're not in a great run of form, then you have to take everything you get. And he misses a really big opportunity to change everything we're talking about. You know, the questions would be different. You know, the way we feel would be different. So small things, but look, centre-forwards need goals to feel good about themselves. So he doesn't feel particularly good because he knows he missed a big opportunity.
That's Everton. As for the club rooted to the bottom of the Premier League then, that is Wolves. We know Gary O'Neill will not be returning to his former club. We're told maybe Robbie Keane is in the running to take over from the sacked Vitor Pereira. And Middlesbrough boss Rob Edwards is a strong contender to take over at Molineux. Eric Ten Hag's name has also been mentioned. On Drive, talkSPORT's Darren Bent suggested Brendan Rodgers would do a good job at Wolves.
I like Brendan Rodgers. I always have done. I know some people don't like him, but I always think when he goes to a new club and the way that they start off, it's a lovely brand of football. I remember when he was at Swansea, some good football. FA Cup at Leicester, played some good stuff. Celtic, I know people might go, yeah, Celtic, but still he played some lovely stuff when he first got there the first time. I think it'd be a good appointment, but maybe Brendan's looking at that situation, and I can understand from certain managers are thinking, you're going to get certain managers that are more desperate than others. So Brendan might be going, well, why don't he take the Wolves job now? They're like rock bottom of the Prem. Yeah. No, whereas Gary might be like, well, I don't know where my next job's coming from.
Yeah, we wait to see who replaces Vitor Pereira at Wolves. On to the Champions League then, because it's all eyes on Anfield tonight for the return of Trent Alexander-Arnold. All the back pages are saying Trent will cop it later. It's Real Madrid go to Liverpool in the Champions League. And here's Liverpool manager Arne Slot on the reception that Trent can look forward to.
I can only tell you what kind of reception he gets from me. I have great memories on the player and on the human being. He was our vice captain. He was my vice captain last season. I have memories working with him who were only positive. And I have memories when I was watching him in front of the television, which are only positive as well. I can remember multiple great moments of him wearing the Liverpool shirt. So he will get a warm welcome by me. And let's first wait and see if he's on the pitch tomorrow. And how our fans will react. I have no clue how that's going to be. But he gets a warm welcome from me, that's for sure.
He gets a warm welcome from Arne Slot, but will he get a warm welcome from the whole of Anfield? On yesterday's early sports breakfast, Jimmy, the Liverpool fan, got in touch to tell us the media got it all wrong about why Trent was booed at Anfield at the end of last season.
He wasn't booed because he was leaving on a free transfer. He was booed because when we won the title against Tottenham on that Sunday, his name was sung in front of the Kop. He releases a video patronising everyone, right? He wasn't booed for leaving on a free. He wasn't booed for leaving the club full stop. He tried to make that title win about himself. Simple as that. I hope no one does nothing tomorrow night. No booing, and don't clap him anyway. Because he even tried to make the parade about him, post on social media as they do, what a send-off. That wasn't a send-off for you, Trent. That was the celebration of winning the title.
Oh, Jimmy, the Liverpool fan. I think that is so harsh, saying that Trent made it all about him. I think this is where I want Liverpool fans to get in touch. And I want a lot of you to get in touch this morning on 81089, because this Trent Alexander-Arnold situation, I want to know why, like, he was getting booed. Like, what are you actually annoyed at here? Is it because, you know, he's a local boy and you thought that, you know, he can go on to do even bigger things with this football club? I mean, to me, he achieved so much at Liverpool, 7 major trophies, 109 goals and assists in 318 games from right back. Do you know how ridiculous that is? And actually how much that Liverpool, we all know this, how much they've missed him this season, how much Mohamed Salah has missed him, just how much his all-round game. I don't think we really appreciated it to the level that we're now seeing Liverpool at without him. He was a brilliant servant of that football club. Listen, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I cannot speak from experience here. I don't know why Liverpool fans booed him. I don't know what sort of reception he will get, but you know, he spent his life at this club. He is a Liverpool boy. He always will be. But he wanted a new challenge. And at the end of the day, when Real Madrid come calling, it's really difficult to say no. I'm not quite sure he expected to be back at Anfield this soon. But Liverpool fans, what are you thinking? Should he be welcomed with open arms back at Anfield this evening? Should he be booed? Is it going to be half and half? Let me know. Call us on 03717 223344 or text us on 81089. Get in touch. And also, if you're not a Liverpool fan as well, I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on what you think should happen and what sort of reception that you think Trent is going to get. Hasn't quite gone to plan for him at Real Madrid so far. But obviously we know how brilliant of a footballer he is, and I want to see him play. Maybe not start, but I want to see him play. Right, this is Early Breakfast here on talkSPORT with me, Olivia Buzaglo. Next up, we'll hear from Mary Earps, who's upset a lot of people with her new book. good morning. I'm Olivia Buzaglo and you are listening to the Early Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. I'm with you until 6 a.m. and we're building up to breakfast with Ali McCoist and Ray Parler. It's True Crime Tuesdays here on Early Sports Breakfast, so 81089 if you want to get in touch with any true crime recommendations. And me and Nick are... we've turned this into a bit of a thing, True Crime Tuesdays. And Liverpool fans get in touch as well. 81089. What sort of reception is Trent Alexander-Arnold going to receive when he returns to Anfield this evening with Real Madrid? Right, some of your headlines this Tuesday morning. A football agent has been arrested after reportedly threatening a Premier League player with a gun. The alleged incident happened in London in September and has been called horrendous for the player, who we can't name for legal reasons. Crystal Palace's League Cup quarter-final at Arsenal has been confirmed for Tuesday, the 23rd of December, just 2 days before Christmas. It means Palace will play twice in 3 days after travelling to Leeds in the Premier League on the Sunday before. And Spurs boss Thomas Frank isn't too concerned by their recent home form going into tonight's visit of Copenhagen. In the Champions League, Spurs have picked up just 1 point from their last 3 games in front of their own fans. But Frank thinks there are general signs of progress.
If anyone have said that we now have been 17 points after 10 games, unbeaten in Champions League, I don't know what we are fifth. It doesn't matter where we are now, it's where we end in the end of the season. Everything's definitely not perfect, but there's a decent foundation, and then it's up to us to add layers.
For more on all the latest stories, you can go to talksport.com. A reminder, TalkSport is now on your smart TV. Just grab the app on Android TV and Google TV. We're even on Prime Video. TalkSport live on your screen as well as your speakers. Right, we've had a few texts in this morning. 81089 if you want to get involved in any conversations we've been having. Darren's a Sunderland fan. Said, incredible start to the season, such teamwork and desire. We are living on a wave at the minute, very confident of a mid-table finish. I think you're spot on, Darren. I think most people would agree with that as well. Craig, the Arsenal fan, said, not underestimating Sunderland, but we'll beat them on Saturday. As long as Xhaka doesn't score, our defence is rock solid. I actually think it's written, isn't it? Xhaka's going to score like a 25-yard worldie like he did for Arsenal so many times. Keep those texts coming in. What sort of reception is Trent Alexander-Arnold going to receive when Real Madrid go to Liverpool this evening in the Champions League? Right, former England goalkeeper Mary Earps says reaction to her autobiography has been distorted and insisted she did not intend to tear anyone down. Now at Paris Saint-Germain, Earps has suggested Hannah Hampton, who replaced her for England, has been rewarded for bad behaviour after Hampton was dropped for being disruptive and unreliable. Mary Earps has given a tearful interview to talkSPORT.
I'm not upset that people have opinions on the book. That's totally allowed. I think it's because I just feel like it's got really distorted, and because of the way things have been reported, it's made it sound like I've been coming for certain people, and genuinely, I've done so many pre-recorded interviews as well, which are now just going to look, and people are just going to say they look ridiculous, because I have said throughout how much respect I have for Serena and how I think Hannah's such a great goalkeeper, and what an amazing summer they all had together, and what an incredible job Serena, Hannah and the whole team did. And I think that's just really challenging, because I feel like all of that has been totally lost.
That was just a little section of Mary Earps speaking on the talkSPORT Women's Football Show podcast. You can listen to the full interview with Mary Earps and Leanne Sanderson on the talkSPORT app or wherever you get your podcasts. Earps has admitted she has been surprised by how some of her comments have been interpreted and amplified on social media, but it's got a lot of people's backs up. Here's what Chelsea head coach Sonia Bompasta had to say.
Yeah, for me, Hannah, is fine. Never easy when someone makes comments like this about yourself as a person. I think you need to show more respect, because for me, the values are important. I think, on Mary Earps' comments, I think, you need to show respect to your teammate, you need to show respect to your manager, and just to give that many level of details, I think that's not something, I would like to have if I was, or I would like to do if I was her.
Oh, this is so difficult, because it's almost like she said, effectively. And it's, like everything, social media can blow things out of proportion massively. But also, obviously, there are, certain extracts in the book that people have responded to. I don't really know where I stand on it, to be honest. I'm sort of just very much in the middle. Obviously, Mary Earps has had some opinions on Hannah Hampton, but what I would say is that, Hannah Hampton has played a large part for England and for Chelsea. And if she was disruptive and all of that, then I don't think she would have played as big a part as she has. But anyway, yeah, that's the Mary Earps Hannah Hampton situation. Just a reminder again that if you want to listen to the full interview from Leanne Sanderson, it's on the talkSPORT Women's Football Show podcast, which you can find on the talkSPORT app. Time now to get into the back pages this morning. Hello again, Nick. What is on the back pages?
Well, it's good to see a smiling and happy Granit Xhaka on the back of the Sun. Shaq gives them 4? Sunderland up to 4th with that draw. Obviously, great goal from Xhaka. We talked about him in the mix for the Premier League's best midfielder. In terms of the influence he's having at Sunderland, there aren't many players in the Premier League with more influence right now.
Signing of the season. Definitely up there.
Definitely up there. Obviously, you mentioned it already. Back pages, the Sun prepare to cop it. Trent, Mirror Sport, Trent will cop it. And on the back of the Daily Express, Trent will cop it. I mean, what's your opinions on this? What sort of reception do you think he'll get, and what sort of reception do you think he deserves? I think he'll get a mixed reception, like we saw at the back end of last season. I think he deserves a good reception. He gave that club, some of the best years of his life. He was unbelievable for them. I think Liverpool fans are upset because, they're not as good a team without him. And Chris, the Arsenal fan, called in just a minute ago, morning Chris, to say that he compared it to when Arsenal lost Ashley Cole, and that relationship that Cole and Pires and Thierry Henry had down Arsenal's left. You kind of don't realise how good it is until it's gone.
Ashley Cole going to Chelsea though, and Trent going to Real Madrid, slightly different, I would say.
Slightly different. Yeah. Now, listen, this is the news that we've been waiting for here on Early Sports Breakfast. Tuchel set to call up Welbeck 7 years after last.
Is he actually?
This is Pete Hall writing in the iPaper.
Go on, Welbs.
Danny Welbeck is under consideration for an England recall this week, 7 years after his last cap, with Thomas Tuchel weighing up whether to select the Brighton forward over Ollie Watkins.
I mean, if you're going on form right now, there is, apart from Harry Kane, there is no English striker in better form than Danny Welbeck. And, Tuchel always says, it's very split. He says, I'd like to pick players on form, but I also don't like to disrupt the squad if they've done well. But, I mean, looking at that, he's also one of the nicest men I've met in football, Danny Welbeck. Great, oh, my gosh, just absolutely brilliant. He's lovely, and I'm so happy for someone like him because he's been doing it year on year. And with me and you, Nick, we've been talking about this for weeks now.
Listen, I'm fully paid member of the Welbeck for England club.
Do you think he will, though?
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah. I think it's like Tuchel's got a very limited number of camps. This is the last competitive games we've got before the tournament. I think he's got to have a look. Watkins' form tells its own story. He'll have a look at it. Right. Super quick before I go. England to go on the road at home Euros. This is Euro 2028. England will play at least one group game at a different stadium than Wembley. So it could be Spurs, Everton, Villa Park, St James's Park, or the Etihad. Nice. And potentially a knockout game there as well. And 700 police are in Birmingham for that Villa Tel Aviv game. Obviously, no Maccabi Tel Aviv fans, but West Midlands police, after all the problems we've had with whether fans can go, can't they go, will be deploying drones, dogs, horses, and protest liaison officers, and a no-fly zone placed around Villa Park. So, I mean, a little bit tense for that one. Hopefully it'll all sort of pass without incident. That's Thursday night, Villa versus Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Cheers.
That was a look at today's back pages. I mean, can't believe Nick's going, because after the break, we're going to have some fun with the front pages, and we'll hear why Russell Martin can be back at Nick's club, Southampton. You are listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Olivia Buzaglo. It's coming up to 5:30.
here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tee time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
I'm Olivia Buzaglo. You are listening to Early Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. This morning, obviously, Real Madrid go to Anfield to face Liverpool in the Champions League. So we're asking you guys this morning, what sort of reception is Trent Alexander-Arnold going to get? 03717 223344 is the number to call, or you can text in on 81089. We're building up to breakfast this morning with Ali McCoist and Ray Parler. Right, some of the headlines you're waking up to this Tuesday morning. League One Leyton Orient set up a second-round FA Cup tie away to Salford City with a 1-0 win at Tamworth. Elsewhere in the draw, Gateshead will host League Two leaders Walsall. Two non-league sides are guaranteed to be in the third round as Slough go up against Macclesfield and Chelmsford have Weston-super-Mare. Leaders Coventry aim to bounce back from their first championship defeat of the season when they host strugglers Sheffield United this evening. Their nearest challengers Middlesbrough, who also lost on the weekend, will be keen to close the 3-point gap when they go to Leicester. And in the Champions League tonight, Trent Alexander-Arnold returns to Liverpool for the first time since his move to Real Madrid in the summer. talkSPORT's European expert Andy Brassel doesn't think Alexander-Arnold will even get on the pitch tonight for Xabi Alonso's side.
The only situation in which he's playing in this game, I think, is if one team is getting hiding. I think that's the only thing that's really going to make it happen, because it's just far too high intensity a game for him to really come on and have some sort of influence in. So, you know, I think he'll just be there for decoration, really, and Federico Valverde will continue to play it right back as he had recently.
Yeah, that's been the issue, isn't it, for Trent? That Fede Valverde has played at right back when Dani Carvajal has been injured. I hope he does play. For more on all these stories, you can visit talksport.com. Like we say, we've been asking you this morning, what sort of reception is Trent going to get? Because obviously when he steps out onto the pitch, even to warm up, he might not get on to play, but he will still be there. We have had Ray, the Liverpool fan, call in from Australia, living in Australia. Ray, good morning. Good morning. I say good morning. It's probably good evening there, isn't it?
It's good afternoon. It's about 20 to 4 in the afternoon.
Oh, God, I forget it's so early here. It's 20 to 4. Good afternoon, Ray. Thank you so much for calling in. Right, as a Liverpool fan, tell me What reception do you think Trent is going to get? And then tell me what reception that you think Trent deserves on his return to Anfield this evening.
It's a great question, and it's a hard one for me to answer because, as you can probably tell, I am originally from Anfield, Liverpool, and a boyhood fan. But I'm also a player agent as well, so I see it from that side of the game. I think as a football fan, I think he's going to get booed. They're still not over the fact that a family member could leave the family for another family in Spain. And I know from family and friends it's really tricky. I don't actually believe he's going to start tonight. I think if he does, I think it'll go against Real Madrid. But from a football agent point of view, I completely get it. I love Liverpool and I'm proud of where I'm from, but I left Liverpool to chase the sunshine many years ago. So I sort of see why he might have left, but I think he's gonna copy a lot at Anfield tonight.
Yeah, that is what all the back pages are saying. Like you say, you understand that, you know, he's made the move. When Real Madrid come calling, it's hard to say no. And with someone like Trent, you know, he achieved so much at Liverpool. Is the reason that the Liverpool fans are so upset, like you say, because he's a Liverpool boy and they maybe feel that there was still a lot for him to achieve at the club?
100%. And I think it's shown in the season that we've had this season already. There's still a lot of frailties in both the fullback positions. And I think if he would have still been in there, although I don't rate him as a defender, but I think what he offers going forward, and the old saying is if you're attacking more than you're defending, and that's what you want. And I think it's been a huge loss to Liverpool.
Have you missed him like more than you thought you would? When he left in the summer, were you thinking we'll be okay? And listen, Liverpool will be okay. But obviously, I think people maybe underestimated just how much of an impact he actually did have on this team. Maybe not defensively, but on Mo Salah and attacking-wise.
Yeah, I do. I think it's taken about 30% of Mo Salah's goals away. And I coached for over 20 years in the Premier League as a youth development coach, and people do not underestimate the power of Trent and how much he used to set up the forward line, and it's a huge loss to Liverpool.
Yeah, Ray, thank you so much for calling in. Enjoy your afternoon, and God, I'm not sure what time the game will kick off there, but enjoy that as well if you're going to watch it. Real Madrid going to Anfield. What sort of reception is Trent Alexander-Arnold going to get? I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I can't really speak on this. I will give my opinion, and that is that I don't think he should be booed. But I understand that Liverpool fans may have a different opinion. We've had a couple of texts in as well. Liverpool fans have no issue with Trent going to Real Madrid. This is anonymous. What they have an issue with is him leaving on a free, having strung the club along for 2 years while all the time colluding with Real Madrid and learning Spanish. Yeah, there was absolutely no way he learnt Spanish, that amount of Spanish in that short amount of time, like 100%. It was on Duolingo, wasn't he? Learning a bit of Spanish there before he went. And now we're talking about Mary Earps as well, and her new book and some of the, little things that she said that haven't gone down well necessarily. David's text in saying, sounds like sour grapes from Earps. Hannah Hampton was young when issues arose around her being dropped, but she came back, won a Euro. Seems good management. Everyone needs a second chance. I think that's a really interesting way of looking at it. There is age probably does come into this, and it does feel like maybe Hannah Hampton has learned from those experiences from getting dropped. That was David texting in. Darren said, Earps walked away from England because Hampton took her place. Sour grapes. Earps is not a team player. Actions speak louder than words. And James has said, disappointed with Earps. Her comments were unnecessary. She's gone from hero to zero, but she will sell more books. Get involved, 81089 on that situation, on whether you think Trent is going to get booed when he returns to Anfield tonight. The Championship is back as well tonight. Southampton don't play until tomorrow as under-21 Tonda Eckert takes charge after Will Still's sacking. Yesterday, our reporter Ben Jacobs told us that Russell Martin could be an option to return to St Mary's.
There's substance to it in the sense that several senior players at Southampton and also some staff members are open to Russell Martin coming back. And they feel that he would have the right attributes and the right kind of culture to get Southampton back pushing towards the playoffs. automatic promotion is obviously going to be a bit of a push now because they're 21st in the Championship. So he's a candidate. Tonda Eckhart, who's the interim manager, should not be discounted. He could also potentially get the job permanently. And Stokes' Mark Robbins is another manager who scored very highly in Johannesburg's data-led recruitment. And Spurs will be the one that takes the leading role in this one. You may hear Frank Lampard, but I think it near impossible that he would leave Coventry given where they are at the moment.
Super Frank is definitely not leaving Coventry. Top of the league. 3 points clear. Anyway, they're going to bounce back, actually, because they actually, Wrexham definitely deserved to beat them in the Friday night football on the weekend. But that was their first defeat of the season, and they're hosting strugglers Sheffield United, which will be live on talkSPORT 2 this evening from 7:45pm. Right, it's 5:43. Time now for this.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move.
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast. talkSPORT.
Yeah, my favourite part of the show.
Front page time. What have you got for us, Nick? What's on the front pages this morning?
Well, killer whales have been caught on camera hunting down and eating great white sharks. How about that? Have you seen this video?
No, I haven't seen this video.
So what they're doing, what the orcas, killer whales, what they're doing is they're like flipping these young sharks onto their backs at the top of the, on the surface of the water, and then the sharks can't move. Then the orcas just come in and eat the liver of the shark. It's brutal, isn't it? Killer whales are becoming one of my favourite animals.
They're a bit scary.
They are really scary. Have you seen how they knock seals off like pieces of ice? They all work together to make this bow wave and then flip the ice off and then.
And they're massive.
They're so intelligent.
Yeah.
Huge, and they got a taste for blood.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. I'd really like to go in a cage with great white sharks.
Would you?
Yeah, on my bucket list.
Do you have a favourite animal? Not really.
No, not really. I don't have like
cow.
An owl?
Cow.
Oh, I thought you said an owl.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are quite rogue choices, I would say.
Cows are...
Why do you like cows?
I think because there were some near my house when I was a really little kid.
Cute.
So they make me feel kind of peaceful. I think they're quite peaceful creatures. And also, I love milk and steak.
I mean, fair. That's a great reason. Do you know what I like? I used to watch like videos of like those like lion whisperers.
Yeah.
Or like people that have like grown up in like, I don't know, animal sanctuaries, and I've like looked after lions that can't be in the wild.
Yeah.
And then when their owners like go back like years later, these lions like run up to them and like are like hugging them basically. I'm like, I wanted to be that.
It's quite. Have you seen Born Free?
No.
It's a classic old film with about these people that release lions back into the wild in Kenya. I think it's from the 50s or 60s.
Oh.
It's good. You should watch it.
Maybe I should watch that because I'd quite like to be like a lion.
It's basically that story, but over a whole film. It's nice, really nice.
Okay.
On the subject of animals, maybe less, loved, sneaky seagulls have evolved to be great at nicking chips, bird boffins say.
We're back on the I don't reckon there's been a Show Me and You have done together where the word boffin hasn't been mentioned.
It's important just to keep an eye on what the boffins have been researching. Science writer Iman Moyne said sly herring gulls have a number of adaptations that make them really good at stealing. Their wing-shaped vision and even the size of their brains are all weapons when it comes to snaffling our seaside snacks. Have you ever had anything stolen by a seagull?
No, I've never had anything stolen by a seagull.
My wife got a full ice cream taken off her. I had to buy her a new one.
Oh, did you? That was expensive because the cost of ice cream these days. Jesus.
Yeah. And David Beckham's getting knighthood today.
Sir David. Yeah.
I think we should just make him king and be done with it.
I would happily agree with that.
Do you think there's anyone else in sport that deserves a knighthood?
I mean, we were just talking about this and I think we were saying, I mean, you were the one that mentioned it. I'm not going to take this credit, but you mentioned Kevin Sinfield, and I think that is probably the perfect person to receive a knighthood for all the incredible work he's done.
Yeah, the Rob Burrow MND Centre opened yesterday.
I did it. Yeah. He raised millions, didn't he? I think if there was anyone, it would probably be him.
And that photo when they did the marathon together of Kevin picking Rob up out of his chair and carrying him over the line.
No, don't. That made me.
I know it is.
That made me literally cry.
I think Sir Danny Welbeck for me.
You love Danny Welbeck.
Sir Welbs.
Oh, Sir Welbs. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
As always, right, you're listening to Early Sports Breakfast. Me, Olivia Buzaglo. Next up, we will look ahead to Spurs and Arsenal in the Champions League tonight. Good morning, I'm Olivia Buzaglo. You are listening to Early Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. I'm on for another 8 minutes or so. We're building up to talkSPORT Breakfast at 6 a.m. with Ali McCoist and Ray Parler. It's competition time, our biggest competition yet. Lines close at 4 p.m. this Thursday for your chance to play to win up to £100,000. Completely tax-free as well if you're the lucky winner. Getting the call this Thursday, you'll be heading here to the talkSPORT Towers on Thursday the 13th of November to play for that life-changing cash prize. Here's how to enter and good luck.
18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, £100,000, that'd be nice. Right, we've got 2 live Champions League games for you tonight. The early kick-off on talkSPORT 2 from 5 p.m. is Arsenal's trip to Slavia Prague. Mikel Arteta's ruled Victor Gyökeres out. He's injured. And Arteta's worried.
No, he's definitely not available. He hasn't trained today, and we need to do some more tests and scans in the next few days to understand the extent of the injury, but this game is not available. No, I am concerned because he hasn't had many muscular issues, and he had to leave the pitch, and he was feeling something, and that's obviously never a good sign, especially for a player that it's very, very explosive. So we are digging in a little bit more to understand where we are in terms of the injury, and we'll announce the moment we know.
Slavia Prague against Arsenal is live on talkSPORT 2 for you this evening from 5 p.m. And on talkSPORT this evening, Spurs host Copenhagen. Thomas Frank acknowledges his side have been poor going forward this season.
Few fans. I guess we have quite a few fans out there. So I guess the one who write on social media. I'm not on social media. I'm very aware that we haven't been free-floating in some games. I think there's been definitely moments where it's been quite good. So something we work very hard on every single day. I think it's fair to say that every team we've been able to score a lot of goals. Also a Brentford team with, how can you say, less on the paper, lesser players, creating a lot of top goal scorers, and convinced we'll do the same again here. Also think it's fair to say that we are working very hard on it. We are having players that do everything they can to, and it's my job together with the coaches to make sure they hit good relations and good structure and be confident.
Spurs versus Copenhagen is live on talkSPORT, kick-off from 7 p.m. Now, before I go this morning, I have to play you this clip of talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver. Is he a Spurs fan or is he an Arsenal fan? Can you be both? What sort of question is that? Spencer told the boys on Sports Bar last night about who he supports.
Yes, I am a Spurs fan. You're right. I mean, I'm not a hardcore. I will admit it. I don't, I'm not particularly good, but I was a childhood Spurs fan. I never changed. I don't know how that happened, by the way, because my mum, my dad, all my family, my granddad are Arsenal fans. I'm going to say the weirdest thing to you right now. So, Arsenal would go down as my second favourite team.
You're a disgrace.
It should be your last team.
No, Tottenham's my favourite team.
You can't have Arsenal as your second favourite team.
It would be another London team,
North
London team.
No,
and by the way, when I ever get invited to football, all my mates are Arsenal, so I go to Arsenal. So I go, I'm going to lend them a bit of support,
No, you're a disgrace. You should be disgusted. You're a disgrace.
No.
That's like a sackable offence.
Yeah, that's talkSPORT's boxing expert, Spencer Oliver there. And I think we know why he's a boxing expert and not a football expert, because, Spencer, that is not acceptable in any way, shape or form. This is the first time I've ever agreed with anything Jamie O'Hara has said. That is a disgrace and it's not allowed. Thank you everyone for getting in touch this morning. We have got loads more coming up on talkSPORT Breakfast, joining Ali and Ray. We've got Accrington and Stanley boss and Trent Alexander-Arnold's childhood coach John Doolan will be on the show. Mark Lawrenson is as well, and former rugby union player James Haskell's on to talk about his new book. That was Early Breakfast with me, Olivia Buzaglo. Ali and Ray on the way.
Sport.